Hey everybody, I'm just trying out the latest update to No Man's Sky on PlayStation VR2. Base PS5, base PS5, no PlayStation Pro. And I'm just checking out if the visuals have improved as usually, and so far it looks pretty nice. The water is now a problem because it has, I don't know if you see it in the broadcast, but the reflections or the highlights on the water are very shimmery, and I'd say this is something that definitely needs a patch, because up close it looks still pretty nice. It seems to me they have some micro bumps now, but I don't know if you can see it. There's also a strange distracting flicker on the water shader. I don't know what that means. Probably something that will be patched. If I go into the water, you see that there's also some visual glitches. It still looks okay, especially the caustics on the floor, on the ocean ground here or on the sea ground look great, but something's not quite alright with the water this time. You know that these updates of No Man's Sky are always a bit hit and miss when it comes to PR. As you can see when I'm going through the water surface, there's strange artifacting on the floor. I hope you can see it. Yeah. The water this time is not so nice. The flying fish are very cute, and the clouds look okay. They still have a certain wobble when you enter the planet's atmosphere and you fly through the clouds. You still see some wobble going on, and those spaceships, they are stuttering too when they fly across the screen. So yeah, some people suggest that the PlayStation base version, the PlayStation 5 base version, has reached its limits when it comes to this game. There's also some strange flickers in the grass, and there's this distracting aliasing around the water surface. I don't know if it will ever look as great as, say, Sea of Thieves water, which is for me still the gold standard for water in games, especially multiplayer games or interactive games like this one. But yeah, that's how it looks currently. They wrote in the patch notes that lighting has improved. Maybe the dispersion of lighting has improved. I'm not so sure, but it looks okay. So it's not something where I would go like, oh my god, this is like, I've never seen this game look as great as this before. It looks nice, and yeah, but there's something not right. This stuff here is jittering too. I haven't seen the checkerboarding yet. That was prevalent in prior versions, which I suspected was because of the rendering technique they use. But so far, I would give this like a bit more time in the oven to really make it look perfect when it comes to the water. And the clouds still have this wobble in them, so this needs a bit of work too. Except for that, it's still looking great. I mean, there's not a lot of PlayStation VR2 games that have this kind of impressive real-time lighting and this kind of impressive grass density or vegetation density for an open world, open space, procedurally generated game. This is still very impressive. And yeah, I hope they figure out how to make it really perfect. It's much better on the PlayStation 5 Pro. I personally think there's still some juice left on base PlayStation 5, or maybe some shortcuts you could take, but I'm no software engineer. It's just a gut feeling that there might still be a bit of stuff that could be improved. But as far as this kind of game on this kind of platform goes, I think this is fantastic. I can't recommend this version right now because, as you see, it's... ooh, am I being attacked now? Because it has some smaller problems. But all in all, yeah, that's the status now. And currently I don't see those white fringes. I don't know if I'm just too blind to see them, but the prior versions had this white fringe. Now it's a slightly blue fringe. Maybe it has something to do with alpha or with anti-aliasing around the edges of objects or leaves, especially in this case. But it's not so distracting anymore. It blends in better than before. And texture resolution is nice here on the rock. Not perfect, not super duper great and sharp, but it looks interesting. I can live with that. So yeah, that's currently No Man's Sky. It might be that it looks different on a different planet, but I suspect that this shimmering on the water is probably not going away on a different planet. This seems to be an inherent problem with the water itself. So yeah. The sharpness is okay so far. It's been worse, but all across the image, when I look at this field of grass here, all across the image is now a very distracting noisiness. It's not very clean, the picture, and it's not very calm. It's more like really, yeah, for people, and I know some people who are allergic to that, this might be a showstopper because it's visually very distracting. I don't know if you can see that in the broadcast, but yeah. This is it, folks. I will test the next version. I suspect they will drop an update before the weekend again. I'm not sure, but it might be. And I will test that again and see if they are able to get rid of those visual glitches and artifacts that are currently in the game. It can only get better from here on out, so yeah, stay tuned and thanks for watching.